10 most corrupt countries in the world. There's a country where even eating food comes with a government tax, and another where you have to pay bribes for the smallest things. But which nation's president took billions of dollars in bribes just to sell out his own country, becoming the most corrupt man on earth? And when you hear the name of the #1 country, you won't believe it's real. Number 10, South Sudan. South Sudan, with a CPI score of 8, stands as the most corrupt nation in 2025. Decades of civil war have weakened every institution meant to protect its citizens. Instead of serving the public, government offices are filled with political and military elites who see the state as their personal treasure chest. Billions of dollars meant for development simply disappear, like the $1.7 billion missing from the National Road Program. Only a handful of roads were completed, leaving much of the country disconnected and underdeveloped. Inflation has skyrocketed, unemployment is widespread, and hospitals often run without basic supplies. Journalists who expose corruption are silenced, and whistleblowers risk their lives. Even foreign aid frequently vanishes before reaching communities. Recently, the European Union renewed sanctions and travel bans against top officials, reflecting how international patience is wearing thin. Number 9, Somalia. Somalia, with a CPI of 9, has been caught in a web of corruption since the fall of its central government in 1991. Political instability, clan rivalries, and warlords have divided the country into zones of influence where money and loyalty buy power. Government revenues and foreign aid are regularly misused, disappearing into offshore accounts while citizens face hunger and insecurity. Every attempt to curb corruption is blocked by political interference. Public workers go unpaid for months, schools lack resources, and basic health care remains out of reach. Even foreign investors are hesitant, fearing bribes and extortion. Somalia's people continue to endure these hardships, showing resilience in a country where corruption has become part of daily life. Number 8, Venezuela. Venezuela's CPI of 10 reflects the collapse of a once prosperous nation. The country's oil wealth, once a source of pride, has become a tool for corruption and control. Under the Chavez and Maduro administrations, power became concentrated in a small elite known as the Boliburguesia. They control government contracts, state companies, and even food distribution. Strict currency and import controls created opportunities for massive fraud, allowing officials to profit from price differences in smuggling. As a result, ordinary citizens face shortages of food, electricity, and medicine. Inflation has destroyed savings, forcing millions to leave the country. Public institutions are politicized, independent journalism is silenced, and dissent is met with repression. Corruption here is not hidden, it's built into the system itself, making recovery incredibly difficult. Number 7, Syria. Syria, with a CPI of 12, continues to be crippled by deep-rooted corruption within its political structure. For decades, the Ba'ath Party maintained total control, using loyalty and fear as tools of governance. Economic opportunities, government jobs, and business licenses were distributed through personal connections or bribes. Civil war only worsened these issues. Today, corruption touches every corner of Syrian life, from aid distribution to property ownership. Many citizens must pay bribes to obtain basic documents or escape persecution. Reconstruction funds, instead of rebuilding communities, are often diverted to companies connected to powerful insiders. Public services like education and healthcare are underfunded or controlled by loyal networks. Number 6, Yemen. Yemen's CPI of 13 tells the story of a country torn apart by both conflict and corruption. Since the 1990s, power has been concentrated in the hands of elite families who use the military, security forces, and government contracts to enrich themselves. President Ali Abdullah Saleh's decades-long rule created a system where loyalty meant access to wealth. Even after his fall, corruption continued to thrive under new faces. While Yemen has anti-corruption institutions on paper, they rarely function effectively. The ongoing war has made things worse, allowing armed groups to smuggle goods and collect illegal taxes. Basic infrastructure lies in ruins, and millions depend on humanitarian aid that is sometimes stolen or manipulated. For ordinary Yemenis, corruption is not just a political issue, it's a daily obstacle to survival. Number 5. Libya. Libya, also scoring 13, suffers from a tragic mix of chaos and corruption. Since Gaddafi's fall, rival governments, militias, and foreign powers have turned the country into a battleground for control over oil wealth. Under Gaddafi, the system was already centralized and corrupt. After his death, it only fragmented further. Reports reveal how billions in oil revenue have been siphoned through money laundering and smuggling networks. Public services are collapsing, and the economy is dominated by a few connected elites. Hospitals, schools, and infrastructure projects remain incomplete, while officials enrich themselves abroad. For Libyans, daily life is marked by blackouts, food shortages, and insecurity. Despite being one of Africa's richest countries in natural resources, Libya's corruption has robbed its people of dignity and development. Number 4. Eritrea. Eritrea, with a CPI of 13, is one of the most secretive and repressive countries in the world. Since independence in 1993, President Isaias Afwerki has ruled with an iron grip, eliminating opposition and banning free media. Corruption thrives under this closed system. Bribes are needed for almost everything, from business licenses to travel permits. The government and military control most of the economy, including lucrative mining sectors. Profits rarely reach citizens, who live under forced labor conditions and limited freedoms. The absence of elections and judicial independence means there is no mechanism to challenge those in power. Eritrea's corruption is not just financial, it's institutional, built into the very fabric of governance. Number 3. Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea, also with a CPI of 13, is one of Africa's richest nations by GDP per capita, but among the most unequal. President Teodoro Obiang, in power since 1982, has turned the state into his personal kingdom. Oil revenues worth billions of dollars flow directly into private accounts while most citizens live on less than $1 a day. Schools lack supplies, hospitals lack medicine, and clean water is scarce. Lavish mansions, luxury cars, and foreign bank accounts owned by government officials stand in sharp contrast to the suffering of ordinary people. International investigations have repeatedly uncovered massive embezzlement schemes involving the president's family. Corruption in Equatorial Guinea is so deep that it has erased any sense of accountability. Number 2. Nicaragua. Nicaragua, with a CPI of 14, continues to sink deeper into corruption under the rule of Daniel Ortega. Once seen as a revolutionary hero, Ortega has transformed into a symbol of authoritarian power. His family controls major government positions, the judiciary, and even large portions of the media. Opposition figures are jailed or exiled, and independent journalism is silenced. Public funds are routinely misused, and contracts are handed to loyal allies. Earlier leaders, like Arnoldo Alemán, were also caught embezzling millions of dollars, showing that corruption runs deep in Nicaragua's political culture. Citizens have little faith in the justice system, and peaceful protests are often crushed. The combination of dictatorship and corruption has turned Nicaragua into a cautionary tale of how power, once gained, can be twisted for personal enrichment rather than public good. Number 1. Sudan. Sudan, with a CPI of 15, closes our list, but remains one of the most troubling examples of systemic corruption. Decades of Omar al-Bashir's rule left a legacy of embezzlement, nepotism, and state capture. Even after his removal, those same structures remain. Public funds and natural resources, including gold and oil, continue to benefit elites while citizens struggle with poverty. Bribes are common in every sector: police, customs, and local administration. Businesses face corrupt licensing systems, while ordinary people pay extra for basic services. The manipulation of elections and judiciary has destroyed trust, and media censorship hides the truth from citizens. Sudan's ongoing political turmoil has only deepened these issues, making it one of the hardest countries in the world to reform.